everyone, and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas, and welcome to a lovely, cozy, chilly Saturday morning. My goodness me, is it cold this morning. I was actually out for a run first thing this morning and it was Baltic, literally Baltic. I had running gloves on, I had about 3 layers on, and I was still so cold. It was the kind of like cold where you feel cold to the bone. I literally had to jump straight in the shower because I was absolutely freezing, literally shivering throughout the entire run. I couldn't stop my teeth from chattering at first as well, so I was running like It was so funny, but I've showered, washed my hair, and I'm nice and cozy warm. I don't know if you can hear the radiators working very hard today. We have quite noisy radiators in our house. I think it's kind of what you get when you go for an older property, so I can really hear them working hard today to try and keep the house nice and toasty warm because this cold snap has really just hit hard. It is so chilly this morning, but I've gone for minimal makeup, minimal jewellery, and actually the product that I am absolutely loving at the moment, sorry, you should probably see where I'm filming, is this YSL mascara. This is the YSL Mascara Volume Effect Faux Kiehl's, I believe, and I didn't realise until after I'd bought it. Let me put you down here actually so we can open it up together, but I hadn't realised until after I had bought the mascara that it's actually a brown mascara, and it took me ages of using it to realise I feel like it's not really going to come up. See if it will focus on the brush. No, I don't think it's going to, but it's actually a really dark brown mascara, and I've never used a brown mascara before. I've only ever used black, and as someone who's a little bit fairer, especially now that my hair's kind of been redone, it's got that new like blondie kind of tone running through it again, I feel like it's really working. I really like it. So I've literally done minimal makeup, just the mascara and like a little bit of bronzer just on the crease of my lids just to kind of tie the look together, but I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I feel like it's a lot more natural and subtle, and actually I've been really enjoying using it with the brown liner as well. So this is actually what I have been wearing recently, and I am absolutely in love. So I'll link it down below if you are on the hunt for a new mascara. If you're a little bit fairer like me, I feel like, especially because my skin tone is so fair and so pale, I've actually barely been fake tanning recently as well. So you may have noticed I've been a lot more English rose recently because I haven't been feeling the need as much to tan. Obviously when I've got like my parties and things like that, I like to add a layer just to give me a little bit of a glow, but especially at the weekends I feel like I'm okay being a pale English rose. But I'm gonna head downstairs because I can hear Alex making me a coffee. I'm definitely in need of a lovely festive coffee this morning. Nothing better than coming downstairs to the smell of coffee that was made for you by someone else. Thank you very much, gorgeous.
It's alright.
What syrup did you put in it, by the way? Hazelnut or vanilla?
Yeah, hazelnut.
You are the best. Can I show them your hands as well? Look at Alex's hands at the moment. They just look so bad. Oh, babe, you need to put some cream on those. Oh, look at you with the Christmas tree. Looks so festive. Right, I'm going to enjoy a lovely cup of coffee. Thank you very much, my darling. So, plan of action for today. As I said, it's just a lovely, cozy Saturday. We've not got too much planned today, but we are going to need to start getting kind of planned and prepped and organised, ready for Christmas with regards to things like food. We're not actually spending Christmas Day here, but we are going to be spending the majority of the festive holidays here in the house. So I'm wanting to do a bit of a festive food shop this morning. I think we might head to M&S and pick up some of their Christmas goodies so that we've got basically a fridge and cupboards stocked full of food over the festive period. I'm also wanting to do a bit of baking today. I need to pick up the supplies. I have promised Alex his absolute favourite. I'm going to do a peach and strawberry crumble, which I might chat through with you guys because I've done it once before, I think, vlogging, but that was maybe like my second time doing it. I wasn't overly confident with it, whereas now I feel like I've got it nailed. I've got it nailed. So I'm going to be doing a peach and strawberry crumble this afternoon. Hopefully they still have strawberries in M&S. I'm gonna have to double check, but I always used tinned peaches just because they're so much easier, and you know, you don't have to worry about it being like in season or anything like that. So I'm thinking of doing a bit of baking today, and then this evening we've actually got a really fun evening planned. We are going to be heading to Hillier Gardens, which is a really gorgeous garden. I don't really know what to call it. It's kind of like an estate here in Hampshire, and it's absolutely stunning. It's privately owned. It's not like National Trust or anything like that, but you can obviously get tickets, and it's one of those places that just no matter what time of year you go, it is absolutely beautiful. You go in spring, you've obviously got all the like budding, you've got the lovely blossoms and all of that. You go in summer, it's just absolutely spectacular. All the flowers are in full bloom, and it's just magical. Autumn, oh, when the leaves turn, it's so beautiful. And in winter, they actually have the most amazing festive light show. I've never actually done it myself, considering how close by it is. Last year and the year before that, we did Blenheim Palace when we lived up near London. It is so beautiful at Blenheim, but I'm really wanting to make the most of being in Hampshire and exploring the gorgeous kind of activities that we've got here. So we're going to be heading to Hillier Gardens tonight. I think we're going to be grabbing some dinner there and exploring the festive light trail there. So it's going to be a really, really fun day. So I'm going to get my coat on. It's always so cold in M&S, so I always want to layer up, and we can go and do a bit of a festive food shop. Nothing that makes me feel more festive than M&S food shop. I normally hate food shopping, but at this time of year, I love it. I love seeing everything that they've got in, all the Christmas goodies. It's just my favorite thing. Oh my God, guys, look at these reindeer steamed buns. That is absolutely adorable. Look at all of these platters as well. Might have to get a cheese and meat platter. We've got a few friends coming around, so that might be really nice to do one evening. These are some of my favourite things that M&S do. They are just the cutest little shortbread tins, so you can keep them, you know, reuse them for like biscuits or anything next year. We've got this one as well. These make great presents just for like little gifts for, I don't know, any like workers or like Christmas tips. But this, I am absolutely obsessed with. Goodness me, I'm definitely not tall enough, but look at this. It's a little light up jingling sleigh bells Christmas workshop. Oh my word, that is just the cutest thing I think I've ever seen. Apologies for the noise of the extractor fan, but we've just got back from M&S now, and this one has jumped straight to lunch duty. Look at how good this looks. Oh, I love what a good cook you are. But I thought I would show you what we picked up from M&S because they had so many festive goodies there. My favourite being this, which I think as soon as we've eaten this, I am keeping this forever. I kind of wish I'd got more because I just think the tin is worth it in itself. But it is a gingerbread musical house, lightly spiced all butter gingerbread biscuits in a festival musical house tin. I want to actually hear the music because I don't think I did it once in the store. Alex dancing in the background, but okay, you can stop now. Shush, shush. I then picked up some festive Colin the Caterpillar's chocolate sponge mini rolls. Absolutely delicious. We also got obviously lots of other festive food goodness for when we've got like friends and guests coming round. But this is by the till, and I couldn't not pick it up because I do need to start doing my festive wrapping. I've not actually wrapped any presents yet, and the front room is starting to look a little bit of a state because I've just got bags of presents everywhere, so it might be quite nice to start doing some festive wrapping. This is like recycled paper wrapping, and then I also got a bunch of name tags because I don't like when you have to write on the paper who it's for, so I just got the name tags so that we know who has got what. So I'm going to enjoy some lovely lunch now made for me by my wonderful boyfriend. Oh my goodness me, that was the yummiest lunch. Trust me when I say it doesn't go amiss. I do not take for granted what an amazing chef my boyfriend is. It's so funny. I always just rave about what he does, and he's like, it's so simple. I've literally just done a bacon and egg sandwich. But I'm like, no. It's an amazing bacon and egg sandwich. But I've just come upstairs because I have had a delivery arrive today that I am so excited to unbox with you guys. So I was reached out to by the lovely Monica, who is the founder of a company called Mills and Brown. Now the only way that I can describe Mills and Brown is they are basically the most stunning stationery company I think I've ever laid my eyes on. It's a really gorgeous British brand, really stunning little startup company, and Monica has done such an amazing job with the branding, with the packaging, and more importantly with the products. I honestly fell in love when I first saw her journals. They're basically these really gorgeous leather bound personalized journals, and she reached out and asked me if I wanted to receive one, which is so kind of her. And what I really like about the Mills and Brown journals is you can get anything personalized you want on them. I know a lot of brands do maybe like monogramming or, you know, like initials and things like that, but Mills & Brown I feel like take it one step further. You can personalize so much of them, which is why I think this would make such an amazing Christmas gift, because depending on what you're gifting it to, depending on what they want to use it for, you can literally put it on it like Ellie's journal or like Ellie's 2023. Can you believe we're about to go into 2023? But there is something I've been really wanting for quite a long time now, and when Monica reached out I was like, oh my goodness, this is the perfect, oh look at the packaging, the perfect thing for this book. So it comes in the most gorgeous box. Again, as I said, will be an amazing Christmas gift because it's really like a special unboxing, and it just says, thank you for supporting the art of traditional bookbinding. At Mills & Brown, each book is made to order and bound by hand in Scotland. I didn't realise it was a Scottish brand, not just British, using 100% genuine leather from our Royal Warrant supplier. The Intertype machine used to personalise your book is over 100 years old and the last of its kind in operation in the UK. That's absolutely amazing. So I will leave Mills & Brown linked down below, but I wanted to unbox this with you guys because I just thought this would be so special. Look at that! Oh my goodness me. So it just says recipes on the front, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous. So as I said, it's not like a particular recipe book. It's just a personalized notebook journal that I chose to get written on at recipes. So you could even get it written on like Ellie's recipes, Mum's recipes, Granny's recipes, and I just think it would be so special. So I went for the really gorgeous black leather with the gold hardware on the side, and I just look at this. If this isn't just the most classic British heritage thing that I could have in my collection, and I'm so excited to have this because I have basically just been writing down all my recipes on scrap paper recently, and it's getting to a point where I keep losing them. I keep writing them in notepads, writing them on like my notes page on my phone, and I keep not remembering where things are, and it's getting a little bit stressful. And I just think this would make such a gorgeous Christmas present if you know someone that maybe likes baking or cooking. So it could be obviously baking recipes, cooking recipes, anything like that. I think this is just so special. So look at the inside. It's the really gorgeous Mills & Brown branding. That is a mouthful to say. And then we've just got the lined paper on the inside. This, honestly, each page feels really thick. Actually, the paper in this feels so special. So I am so excited to have this in my collection now. I think the first recipe, of course, that I have to add in is my peach and strawberry crumble, because I feel like that has kind of become my signature recipe now. Whenever I go to like friends and family, if I'm going to like my parents for a roast, I always get a text from my dad like, are you doing a crumble? And Alex asks me pretty much every single weekend. So that's why I've caved, and I'm cooking him or baking him at one this weekend. So I think that is the first one that I have to add in it to my recipe book. But I cannot wait to fill this with all of my special personalized recipes, because I do find I'm someone that, like, once I've maybe done a recipe a couple of times, I love to personalize it a bit. And with my peach and strawberry crumble, I have kind of altered the recipe ever so slightly, just so it's like the perfect amount of each kind of layer to make sure that it is the most amazing crumble that I can create. So on that note, I think we need to go downstairs and start baking my favorite peach and strawberry crumble. Oh my goodness, I've just noticed as well that on the back it's got embossed the Mills & Brown logo. This honestly just feels like the most beautiful British heritage thing that you could ever get someone. And I feel like no matter what your like theme is, no matter what your color scheme is, this is going to look absolutely beautiful in anyone's kitchen, in anyone's home, whether it's for their office, for their kitchen, for their living room. It's just, honestly, the most stunning book I think I could have ever asked for. What an incredible Christmas gift. We are back with another Ellie Bakes. I'm absolutely loving doing all these baking recipes with you guys at the moment. I need to put my apron on because this is a little bit of a messy recipe. It's not like too difficult. So if you're new to baking, I definitely recommend trying this one as a bit of an introductory kind of recipe, because I feel like it's quite an easy one. I've just got a cute little Kath Kidson apron on. But in terms of ingredients, what I will do is I'll leave the recipe down below for you guys if you do want to bake it. It's really super simple. All you need in terms of like dishes, I've just got a little oven-proof dish, and then I usually use 2 different bowls, one for the topping and then one for the base, just so that I can kind of keep them separate, obviously, until it goes together in the crumble. But all we need, a bit of light brown sugar. I've got another one here because we're about to run out. We need some plain flour, golden caster sugar, butter. We've got lemon juice, which is for the topping. Some ground cinnamon that really helps bring the flavour together and give it a bit more of a festive flavour, because I know peach and strawberry is a bit of an odd one, and it's so funny actually, whenever I tell people that I make a peach and strawberry crumble, it's something that I always get like raised eyebrows at, but not in like a judgy way. It's very like, I've never heard of that before, because it's not really a common one. And then I just used peach halves, which is literally just comes in a tin and you just chop them up yourself. And then you just need 1 box of strawberries, which luckily we are still managing to have strawberries at the moment. I'm not entirely sure how British strawberries are able to be grown in December, but apparently they are. So I'm going to get cracking with the recipe, chop up the fruit, blend together all the other recipes ready for the crumble, and it's going to be amazing. Are you excited, babe?
I'm very excited.
Right, let's get baking. So I've got the fruit here, and it's such a simple recipe. What I do is I half the strawberries. The recipe that I initially saw said to quarter them, but I find that if you quarter them, they kind of just disintegrate into the crumble. So half the strawberries and then slice up the peaches, and then I'm just going to add my 50 grams of caster sugar. You don't need too much sugar with this crumble recipe because it's such a sweet one anyway. Obviously it's like very sweet ingredients and very sweet fruit. We then just have 1 teaspoon of the lemon juice, which again, I just kind of use a bottle of lemon juice. If you wanted to, if you've got lemons in the fridge, you could easily, I'm gonna need a proper mixing spoon, could easily just use like actual lemons and like juice them, but personally I prefer my recipes to be nice and easy. I'm definitely an easy recipe kind of gal. I like it to taste good, but I don't like it to take too long, and that's all you need to do in terms of the fruit layer. I'm gonna do the crumble layer now, which is literally just blitzing all the other ingredients together, but that's all you need to do in terms of the fruit. So now onto the crumble. That is the crumble done now as well, looking really, really good. And one piece of advice I would give with regards to the crumble is to basically not over stir it and over mix it. It should look a little bit almost unfinished and quite thick, because if you've got these big chunky bits, it really crisps us nicely in the oven and it creates a really, really lovely crumble. I find if you go too fine, the juice will just bleed through it, but this is such a lovely consistency and texture and always turns out so much better. So we've got the fruit, we've got the crumble, we are ready to bake. Whilst that's in the oven, it's time to do a little bit of Christmas wrapping, because we actually haven't started our Christmas wrapping yet and it's getting a little bit close now. And this room has just been an absolute tip. We've just got bags of everyone's presents down here. So I think we're gonna do a good like half an hour, just bosh through the wrapping whilst the crumble cooks. We'll probably take this off now, but yeah, and then we can start getting a little bit organized for Christmas. Okay, tell me if you think this is a little bit extra, but obviously I picked up the M&S wrapping paper today Chilli. And this, you may have noticed, is a very silvery white theme. But you might remember I already have some wrapping paper. I've already started using one from the white company. So we've got white and red. And this is probably the most extra thing I have ever done. But obviously we've got 2 trees. So I want to make sure that there's presents under both trees. So the presents wrapped with this one are going to go under the tree in here because it's obviously got the silver theme. And then the presents wrapped with these 2 are going to go in the living room because there's the red and white theme. It's probably the most extra thing I have ever done. But you know what? It's gonna look really cute because I love the silver theme in here and I love the red theme in the living room. But one thing I wanted to show you, actually, I always get questions about like how I always find the right things on Amazon, and one thing that I feel like you guys don't often see is the trial and error. Like obviously whenever I show you my Amazon fashion purchases or anything that I pick up from Amazon, it's usually because I've tried it, I've tested it, it's the right product. And I just wanted to prove to you that I don't always make the right purchase decision. So I wanted to order some stockings because I've decided I'm going to do a stocking for every single member of my family this year. So I ordered these stockings. They arrived yesterday and they are literally the tiniest thing ever. I don't think you could fit a toothbrush in that. It is literally ridiculous. I'm definitely going to have to send those back and reorder some bigger ones and double check my dimensions. The problem was they were in inches. And as a Brit, I have no idea what an inch is really when I think about it. Like it said 15 inches. And I thought that would be way big enough because it said it was a large stocking. That is not a large stocking in any way, shape or form. So I'll have to reorder those, and everyone's stocking presents I'm just going to keep in bags for now, or maybe like pile up so I know whose is whose. I've obviously got the little tags as well, which is going to make life a lot easier. But Alex has come to join me. We're going to stick a Christmas film on and we're going to do some wrapping. There is nothing better than a tree full of wrapped presents underneath. It's now dark, so we've just closed the curtains, but how good does that look? I feel like it just so works with the theme. I've gone for some black ribbon, some silver ribbon, and then obviously the white ribbon as well. I love how it looks. I feel like this tree really just comes alive at night. During the day it's a little bit sparse, but at night it is just so cozy, and I love how it looks with the presents underneath. And then we've also got a few underneath here. Of course, I've got my Dior one. This one's a little bit more mishmash because obviously I've got my Body Shop advent calendar, some like Joe Malone boxes. I've got my Dior, and then I've got a bit of a red and white theme. And I've gone for brown ribbon, and I actually really like how it looks. I think it's really working next to the white and the kind of like mauvey red of the white company paper. So I'm really happy with that. Oh, I don't know about you, but that is looking like to me one good crumble. I always find the strawberry juice kind of leaks around the edge, so that's why I try to pat it a little bit flat on the top. But if it does leak, don't worry about it. Like, it's not a big deal. It actually really helps with the flavour, but that is looking absolutely incredible. Right, I've got my taste tester here. Do you want to do us just a little scoop, because we have to go out in a bit for dinner, but we've got to try a little bit of this crumble. I feel like maybe I patted it down a little bit too much this time. It's looking a little bit flat on top. It's still a bit warm. Oh, that looks like a good one. Oh yeah, that looks really, really good. Ooh. Ooh.
Look at those peaches.
Oh yeah, you've got a really good amount of like fruit and crumble. Let me see inside of there. Yeah, that's a really good amount. The original recipe that I had didn't give enough crumble, so the fruit just bled through. But oh, yeah, a little bit of ice cream as well.
Can I try now?
Yeah, your head's completely cut off on the camera, but let me know what you think. It's still a little bit warm.
Where's the peaches?
That's really good. What are we giving this? My cookies you gave a 7, I think?
Doesn't even come close.
Is this a full 10? Is this actually a full 10? We've got a 10, guys. We've got a 10. I'll leave the recipe link down below. If you want to recreate it, this is my signature dish now.
This is all mine, right?
Just added my peach and crumble recipe into my recipe book, and I think it's going to live up here so that I can access it super easily. I don't need to have scrap pieces of paper anymore, and just look at how beautiful it looks styled up on the shelves. I'm absolutely in love with it. You know what time it is when the beanie goes on. It's time to head out to the light trail at Hillier Gardens. I'm so excited. I just added a cashmere vest on underneath this jumper so that I am nice and toasty warm. I'm of course going to be wearing my Fairfax in Favour coat because it's just the coziest thing ever. And also my Jimmy Choo boots. Oh my word. I literally could not live without these. Now I am so in love with them. The fur lining is just the coziest thing in the world. So I'm going to get wrapped up warm and we can head out to the light trail at Hillier's. Right, I'm all dressed and cozy, warm, snuggled up, ready for a very chilly, light festival. So I've just added my little YSL bag over the jacket. It's a little bit short, warm with this jacket, because obviously it's such a puffy, like oversized coat, but I don't think it bothers me too much. I just want something crossbody that I can just chuck on, chuck in my vlogging camera, my phone, my purse, and just not have to worry. But I just love how the coat looks. The belt just cinches it in so beautifully. I feel like it's one of the most elegant and like figure hugging jackets I've ever owned without being too tight. Like, I've got a lot of layers on underneath this and it's still not tight, but I have sized up one size in this. Can't remember if I told you that when I first bought it, but yeah, I would definitely recommend with coats like this sizing up a size, especially if you're like me and you like to wear a lot of layers underneath. But I've got 2 pairs of leggings on because it is so chilly, and of course my Jimmy Choo boots. I absolutely adore them. They're going to keep my feet nice and toasty warm, and because they're leather I'm not bothered about mud because it just comes straight off. And then I just added on my little Aspinall of London gloves to keep my hands nice and toasty warm. I love leather gloves because they're the only ones that don't like take over my hands, and they still look nice and elegant and ladylike underneath all of the layers. So very toasty and very excited for a night at Hillier Gardens. We're going to grab some food, see the lights. It's gonna be lovely. My goodness me, it is freezing tonight. I have literally been outside for about 2 seconds and I've already got a red nose, but look at how magical this is. Alex just crossing the bridge there. Oh wow, this is incredible.
Christmas
Goodness me, that was adorable. Did you enjoy that, my darling?
Oh yeah,
I have to tilt the camera up so much. These are really unflattering angles. Look at that. It's the only way to get you in. Yeah, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's very good.
That was so much fun. Such a magical light trial. I have to say though, I still think my favourite is this one. The tree with the falling snowdrops. Oh goodness me, it's very bright here, but that was such a wonderful way to spend a weekend in Hampshire.